Welcome to Tampa Bay 28 News at 6. I'm Wendy Ryan.
I'm Paul Legrone. Good evening. Imagine looking at your water and seeing this. That is what one family was dealing with after they say a repairman took their softener system and then just left them high and dry.
It's a company we've actually told you about before, and that's how this second person found our consumer investigator, Susan L. Curry. Tonight, we're uncovering how a Florida law that's supposed to protect customers might leave them without any protections.
This is Fire, and that's Gracie.
There isn't much Angie Moore wouldn't do.
They mean a lot.
For these two.
It's one of my daughter's original show horses.
They might be mini-sized, but they hold a big spot in the family.
We keep them to keep our daughter's memory alive.
17-year-old Maddie died suddenly.
Come here, Gracie.
8 years later, her parents have found a new stride.
That's how much those little horses drink a day.
Yes. Those two. If a horse does not have enough clean drinking water, they can, what we call colic, and die.
So you have to imagine seeing brown water coming out of the pipes at their Pasco County house wasn't a welcome sight, especially considering it all started because they were supposed to upgrade their water softener.
I can't imagine anyone would want to live with that situation.
Their water didn't always look like that.
So this is from the water?
Yeah, this is our water. This is how our water comes out.
Back in August, Moore decided to remove some chlorine tanks, so she hired Tri-County Water, a Spring Hill-based company owned by Charles Walzak. Then she said the scope of work changed.
He looked at our water softener and said, oh, your water softener is hooked up backwards. It's going to need to come out because the iron is just built up in the tanks.
So what was the plan then?
He was going to bring us a new system.
Moore showed us the receipt. The total job would cost $2,000, and she paid an $800 deposit.
He came back and removed the system, but he never came back with the new system.
So he takes your system. You have nothing then. What's going on with your water?
It's orange.
Orange?
Yes, it's orange. I immediately text him and I said, what's going on with the water system? My water is orange. I need a system.
Moore said she contacted Walzak, but he never showed up again. So she hired another company and bought a new water softener system now that hers was gone.
And it was going to destroy my appliances. My toilets were orange. Whenever we would take a shower, we would have a film on our skin. You know, my hair has highlights in it, so of course my hair turned orange because it picked up every sediment from the water.
Hi, Mr. Walzak. This is Susan L. Curry.
We reached out to Walzak, but he chose not to do an interview.
The water is brownish now.
But this isn't our first run-in. 2 months before the Moores hired him, David Hibbert of Brooksville contacted us, saying Walzak took his water softener for repairs and never returned it. After we started asking questions, Walzak put the system back, but it still wasn't doing the job. City Soft Water and Plumbing saw our story and then offered to help.
Our owner, Derek, just felt the need to help someone.
So it's almost like rust-colored water.
Sure.
Yeah.
Back to Moore's case, she reported what happened to the Florida Attorney General's office. That's when she discovered installing a new system might have limited what recourse she could take under state law.
The laws are not on our side. They're not written to protect us.
This section of Florida law spells out how contractors have to do work within 60 days. At the end of that period, the customer can send a demand letter, then the contractor has another 30 days to fix it. If they don't, they could be found guilty of theft and prosecuted. There are some catches. The customer can't terminate or breach the contract, and they have to follow the time limits.
There was 2 tanks here.
In Moore's case, she didn't wait and installed a new system.
I, in good faith, paid Tri-County Water to install a new system, and then they didn't follow through with it.
Do you feel like the Florida law is on your side on this?
No, I do not. Because how can the Florida law be on my side if they expect me to live 90 days with orange water?
Should there be a better way to protect consumers?
My initial opinion is I think it's a little weak.
Rick Plymel is an investigator with Seniors vs. Crime, a volunteer division of the Florida Attorney General's office.
The goal of Seniors vs. Crime is not to lock people up. Our goal is to make people whole. And if there's a crime committed, we leave that up to law enforcement.
He says the way things stand, customers need to know their rights.
Nobody realizes they have to go read a statute, and they shouldn't have to, but unfortunately that's the way the law is, and until the law changes, that's what we have to work with. Personally, I don't think it's strong enough, but that's for the legislature.
Do you hope lawmakers will look at this?
I hope they would take a look at it. So if I give somebody a deposit and they do nothing, they have 4 months before they have to do anything or they get in trouble, so to speak. That's the way I read it.
This is a $350 chlorine injection tank, and instead of just unplugging it, he cut the cord so we couldn't resell it.
How much did the system that he took out cost?
Almost $9,000.
On top of her missing tanks, Moore said she paid just shy of $3 grand for a new system. That plumber even gave her a $1,600 discount due to prior contractor loss.
I want him to stop doing this to people.
But Moore has seen the ripple effect and wants to make it clear why she decided to say something now.
The laws need to be changed.
We wanted to take these concerns to state lawmakers, so we reached out to both the House and Senate, which has committees that deal with licensed professions like contractors. We did have some response. We'll be sure to let you know if anything comes of this. I'm consumer investigator Susan Corey with photojournalist Matt McGlashan, Tampa Bay 28.
Susan, thank you. And Susan found out about this story because Angie Moore saw Susan's previous story and reached out to her. And Susan is dedicated to sharing your stories and helping you find solutions. So if you have a consumer issue and need Susan's help, just scan that QR code on your screen.